Well, hello and welcome everyone to the Owatonna Today Show. We're glad you have joined us today. My name is Pete Connor and I'm your guest host for this segment. And I'm glad to be here. This is kind of a return visit. I think I've done this maybe once or twice before. I'm not sure why Leanne asked me to do this, but maybe because I'm close. I'm just down the hall from her studio. But at any rate, good to be here, and I'm sure we're going to find some interesting topics to talk about with our guests today. And so stay tuned and look forward to that. But we should tell you that the Owatonna Today Show will be seen multiple times, Monday through Saturday on Charter Channel 181. So look forward, if you can't see it when you want to, just keep checking back and you'll be able to find it. As well, the show can be found on the internet on the YouTube channel, Owatonna Today Show. It's on Facebook and thethirdhandvideo.com. So like us on Facebook and you will receive a direct link to each new show on your Facebook page. And you can follow us on Twitter as well at Owatonna Today. Owatonna Today always welcomes your comments about the show and your ideas for topics and guests. You can contact Owatonna Today via email at owatonnatoday@charter.net or by calling the show's producer, Leanne Alt, at 390-5751. So, with those announcements, I'm going to tell you that we have a good show today. I've already spoken with our guest to get some ideas about just exactly what her company called Brite Smiles is all about, because I'd not known of it. And so I think you will find it to be very interesting. And thus, I would like to welcome Renae Bloome from Brite Smiles, Inc.
Well, we're going to go to break first.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, we're going to break.
Can we start?
Hi, I'm Dr. Beth Giltvet.
And I'm Dr. Nick Vincelli of Horizon Eye Care.
We want you to see what you love and love how you see. We're proud sponsors of the Owatonna Today Show.
I needed more than just another dead-end job. I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
With the kids off to college, I decided it was time for me to go back to work and express myself.
Express got me in touch with some really great companies. Now I'm on my way to a great career.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Welcome back. That little miscue. There is no mulligan here at Owatonna today. I don't get to do a do-over. So at any rate, moving on, I'm going to now welcome Renae Bloome from Brite Smiles. Good day and welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, excellent.
I'm excited to talk about some teeth with you.
You know, teeth are good things to talk about for all of us, you know, and regardless of our age. But and Brite Smiles, of course, is an interesting name of an organization, of a company. And before we get to what it is that you do, I made the comment before we started that one of the things that I do, you know, when we meet someone the first, for whatever reason, I check teeth. And I think lots of people do that.
Mm-hmm. It's a first impression. You know, when people smile at you, that's the first thing that you look at. Usually. I mean, for me, yes. You know, for other people, it could be other things, but it's definitely teeth for me.
Well, there's all the, you know, the commercials for all of the whitening products and for this and for that, and of course certainly for the professional services. So I suppose it's, you know, eyes and the face really, I think is really what we all kind of look at to begin maybe a conversation.
Right.
And but that said, tell our audience about you. What is it that you do? What is it that you are by way of a profession?
Well, I'll give you a little bit of background on myself, and then we can kind of lead into Brite Smiles. Sure. But I've been in the dental profession for 19 years. Wow. I was doing the math this morning. I thought, wow, that's a long time, a veteran, seasoned veteran. So I started out as a dental assistant, went into dental hygiene, And I'm a collaborative dental hygienist, which means that I don't have to work under a direct supervision of a dentist. I actually have an agreement and a scope of practice that I can do without them being right on site. Brite Smiles is a nonprofit that I started 7 years ago. It kind of evolved. I was in private practice, loved my job in a big group practice setting, and there was such a need there. So the need being underserved families, adults, children not receiving dental care. A lot of offices here, even in Steele County, Rice County, surrounding counties, don't accept new medical assistance patients. That's a big thing. So you have these children that are kind of falling through the cracks that are not being seen by a dental provider. So with that in mind, I've started some programs. You know, I started out small. I worked in Rice County, and I still do work in Rice County Public Health alongside the WIC program, Women, Infants, and Children program. And that just kind of evolved into getting a mobile clinic. So I take my equipment with me, and I provide cleaning, sealants, fluoride, access to care, really, you know, not only for the children, but for the adults as well. Because as I'm getting into my nonprofit and all my programs, I'm seeing that the big need here as well as adults not receiving care, whether they have insurance or whether they don't. So, and it's mostly they don't have insurance, either they can't afford it, or in some cases they're undocumented. So yeah, there's quite a piece, but you know, I'm very passionate about what I do. That's what keeps me going every morning. You know, the gratitude that I receive from my patients, you can't put a price on.
Sure, it sounds like it's a very broad practice. You mentioned a couple of things that I'm intrigued to know more about. One, you use the term dental hygienist. You use the term dental assistant. When I come to my dentist's office for my annual visit, I'm seen by probably both of those people, depending upon what work I need to have done. Can you qualify those two occupations in terms of how they play up to one another, maybe what's needed to be one or the other?
Sure. You know, being a dental assistant, that can usually is a 1 or 2 year program. Dental assistants do a wide variety of things at the dental office, whether they work front desk or behind the scenes. They basically work chairside with their dentists. You know, and I worked here in Owatonna at Knudsen and Huxford Dental at the time. So yeah, I worked with them for a few years while I went to hygiene school. So that assistants are wonderful. I love them dearly. They do a lot at dental offices. As far as hygiene, that is usually a 2 or 4 year program. The one thing about hygiene is you work a little bit more independently. You have your own patients, you have your own schedule for the day and so forth. And I really wanted to do that. That was one thing that I wanted to, you know, pursue, and I knew that. And in any case, they are usually direct patient care. Education is a huge part of what we do. Again, with the collaborative piece, that is something, you know, where you don't have to be right there in the dental office. So, yeah.
Good lead into, let's talk about Brite Smiles. How did this all come about?
You know, with that need, you know, when we would see patients in private practice, you know, a lot of offices will not see medical assistance patients. At the office that I worked at, we did. We had a limit, but we did see them. You know, and I just, with working with children also was another thing. If I definitely say that I would have went for dentistry if I was, you know, I'm married a little bit younger than some, so, not that I couldn't have pursued that, but I just really wanted to work with kids, and that was the next step, and it was great. Sure. It was, you know, I get to work with children on a daily basis, and you know, they are near and dear to my heart, and so yeah, and then that kind of evolved into, boy, I was started to get known. You know, some of the Head Start programs started calling me and saying, you know, we could really use you to come in and do dental screenings. So, you know, here in Steele County, I go into Tri-Valley Head Start in the summers, a few times in the summer. I usually work out of Our Savior's Lutheran Church. They have a nice setup there. I'm usually in the preschool room. And then also I go to Head Start here, actually right across the street. And then I have a program in Medford that I do preschool screenings for the children there, as well as education. So I just finished educating. Last month was Dental Health Month, 425 children. So that was quite a few kiddos that I educated. But you know, education is the foundation for prevention of dental decay. I mean, dental decay, dental disease is preventable.
So you take your kit. You know, it's kind of the old TV show "Have Gun Will Travel." You take dental kit. Will travel. You put it in your car, your van, whatever, and you go and you will see. You're looking. I assume, given what you've already said, is that you're looking in the mouths to see what the teeth look like. You know where the child or the patient is in need of some advice and maybe some treatment, and you deliver that.
Yep. So we do our cleaning. We also do a decay screening, and then I have a really great group of collaborative partners that I work with. So we usually can get them in a pretty timely manner, you know, to get there if they have some issues going on.
So Brite Smiles has, in addition to you, other people who assist you?
You know, I'm kind of a one-woman show, so it's usually just myself. However, you know, with dentists that I work with, and you know, obviously different agencies like the United Way is, and you know, very grateful for them. Helps in assisting to finding, you know, different offices that will see these patients. But I have a couple in my sleeve that I use pretty often.
So this is something that, and you've been doing this for how long now?
7 years.
7 years, and it would appear that this is something that is just starting to, or continues to grow, to mushroom out, and
it
who knows where you may end up, being. You know, I marvel too. I see every once in a while in metro areas where there's a bus or a van. Says mobile dental unit.
Yes.
You know, where apparently you can have all kinds of things taken care of. You might even be doing something like that down the line.
Yeah, you never know. Have a little diesel pusher going around Owatonna, right?
Check your teeth.
So I just, like I say, I am just passionately driven. You know, I'm very grateful for what has came to me, and you know, I am excited to see what the next few years, you know, come about with Brite Smiles.
Excellent. Any idea, in terms of a tactic and a plan, a strategy, what you want to see?
You know, what I would love to see is these underserved, uninsured adults receiving care. Because those are the ones that kind of get slipped under the radar. So that's my next goal.
Good.
I know, you know, you can't help everyone, but to me, I feel like I can, you know. So hopefully the word gets out, and it has, you know. We've kind of snowballed a little bit, so that's exciting.
Well, we can only say best wishes to you as you continue with this great work, and I know that when we look at people that you've served, we will know that they were under your care.
Oh, perfect. Well, I'm excited to continue. So
thanks to Renae Bloome for being with us, owner of Brite Smiles, and again, best wishes.
Thank you.
Perhaps we'll see you again.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Pete.
You're welcome.
The 22nd Annual Benefit Concert for the Steele County Food Shelf, Friday, March 6th at 7 p.m., Saturday, March 7th at 3 and 7 p.m., and Sunday, March 8th at 2 p.m. at the Owatonna Little Theater. The 22nd Annual Hometown Sampler Concert will help raise awareness, funds, and food needed to keep the shelves at the Steele County Food Shelf stocked. Admission will be by free will offering of money or food. Find out more at steelecountyfoodshelf.org.
Don't let the cold winter weather stop you from exercising. Keep up your fitness program at the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center. We offer a variety of different membership packages available on daily, monthly, and yearly basis. We also have a variety of programs and services to help the newest of members get started and to help those who have been around for a while improve on what they are doing. The Tennis and Fitness Center participates in insurance reimbursement programs with a variety of different insurance providers that could make you eligible for up to $20 credit each month. For more information about the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center, call us at 444-4290.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm Shawn McNulty. And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna. And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
It's Leanne on the go with the Owatonna Today Show, and I am here at the Owatonna Hospital, part of Allina Health, with Linda Hoffman and Jill Berg. And we actually have a third person here who, hi Callie, it's Callie Olson, and she's the head of the marketing here at the Owatonna Hospital. She is actually going to be demonstrated upon in a little bit here because Jill is going to show us some acupuncture. All right, so enough of that. We are here to talk about the Penny George Institute for Health and Healing. And Linda, tell us the background of the Penny George Institute.
Well, Penny George is a real person, and she had serious illness back in early 2000 something, and integrative health, integrative therapies helped her recovery so much. She was so impressed with that she decided to start an institute to help provide that kind of service to everybody else. And so over the years, she affiliated with the Abbott Northwestern Hospital up in Minneapolis, and the Penny George Institute for Health and Healing is actually located, the first place, what do you call that, the founding facility is right there across the street from Abbott. And there they have been developing these techniques for mind, body, spirit, contributing to a person's overall health and healing. So they have acupuncture, integrative medicine consultation, dietary consultation, they offer lifestyle classes, aromatherapy, and they have the largest inpatient integrative health therapies group in the nation that serves the inpatients within the Allina hospitals. So it's a pretty big group.
So my question was going to be, what are integrative therapies? And you just told me what integrative therapies are. Okay. And Jill, what is your, so let me back up. How did this institute come to the Owatonna Hospital?
When we were first planning the hospital, we had set aside space for integrative medicine. And due to a variety of factors involved in the design and moving to the hospital, we weren't able to initially use that space. We had our medical records department was there, and as everyone is probably aware now, we're all on an electronic medical records, so you don't need to have people in a room with your medical records.
Okay.
So we've taken that space and converted it now into 2 acupuncture rooms and a massage room and a room to do consults for this Penny George little clinic.
Okay. Let's talk to Jill for a minute if you want to hand the microphone over to her. And Jill, what is your role with the Penny George Institute here in Owatonna?
I am the acupuncturist here at Penny George in Owatonna currently.
Okay. Tell us your background.
Well, I've been a nurse for 39 years with the majority of my nursing background in surgery. And one of my bachelor programs had a holistic nursing class that I took, and one of the therapies that was presented there was acupuncture, and I became fascinated with it. After that, I did a lot of studies with the Institute of Health, the National Institute of Health, and became more fascinated with it, and started classes in 2007. And graduated in 2012. I've been licensed by the state of Minnesota for the last 3 years.
Okay. And so tell me how, you said you've been a practicing RN for how many years again?
39.
39, okay. And a lot of your work time has been spent here at the hospital in Owatonna.
Well, no, I've been with Owatonna since 2008.
Oh, since 2008, okay.
As a nurse.
Okay.
And a lot of experience at other hospitals.
As well.
Mostly, again, in surgery.
In surgery, okay, all right. So Linda, tell us what type of integrative therapies will you be offering here in Owatonna?
Well, acupuncture for sure, and we're soon going to be adding medical massage therapy. And then over time, we intend to be adding mindfulness-based stress reduction courses, tobacco cessation, other lifestyle courses for, health, and exercise physiology consults. And also we hope to be bringing down an integrative medicine physician at some point that'll be able to provide consults here locally. So,
okay.
Plus, we are in the hospital already, and we have been for a couple of years now, offering what they call transformative nurse training, so that nurses up on the floor for inpatients are able to provide massage therapy, aromatherapy, and Jill can go up and do guided imagery and acupuncture with our patients up on the floor when they're here in the hospital. So if they're having nausea or pain, anxiety, whatever, we might be able to help them while they're here.
Okay. Jill, tell us what guided imagery is.
Guided imagery is a way of somebody providing some relaxation therapy that a patient actually can use with themselves afterwards. The guided part is usually somebody just talking them through images in their mind that are calming.
Okay.
So, and they're left with a script that they can use, a family member can use with them, or they can just read themselves and actually go through the guided part of this themselves. It's a relaxation technique that it's almost like self-hypnosis, but we don't call it that. But again, the guided imagery, you could call it meditation, you could call it, it's a relaxation technique.
Relaxation, all right. And now these integrative therapies, who are they? Who is your target audience for this?
Anybody that's experiencing pain, anxiety, insomnia, those are nausea. Those are the main things we target. Obviously, Chinese medicine is a medicine that can treat anything, but we here are using just the acupuncture part, and it's in collaboration with our allopathic medicine.
Okay, and this is actually on an inpatient basis?
Inpatient and outpatient.
And outpatient, so that's really a very important component for you because you are offering these services to anyone in the community who feels that they have a need for it.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, let's get on to Callie here. Why don't you give the microphone back to Linda? And Callie's been experiencing a lot of stress lately, I guess. No. Anyway, Jill is going to give a quick demonstration on acupuncture. And also, as she's doing that, she's going to be talking about what acupuncture is and the benefits of acupuncture to a patient.
Well, acupuncture is mainly the insertion of very fine sterile needles into specific points in the body that will elicit a healing response. It can be used for, again, pain, nausea, stress, anxiety, and insomnia.
Insomnia, okay. And then there are certain, pressure points? Is that where?
Acupuncture points.
Acupuncture points, okay.
They are along the meridian of the body. And
what is the meridian of the body?
There's 12 meridians in the body that flow through the body, and in Chinese medicine we think of those as energy type, that loosely translated as energy, again, meridians or channels in the body.
Okay.
And there are certain points that are better at manipulating that energy.
Okay.
And those have been mapped out for thousands of years.
Okay. All right, well, go ahead and complete what you're going to do with Callie, or did you already do it?
No,
not yet. And as we're doing that, Linda, you have an open house coming up so that the public can actually come and tour the integrative health part of the Owatonna Hospital, the Penny George Institute for Health and Healing. Tell us about that.
That's coming up on March 10th, and our hours are from 3 to 5. Kelly didn't correct me, so I got that right.
I think she's zoned out
she's
there.
so totally relaxed she can't even move her mouth. The public is welcome to come. Penny George herself will be down to speak, as well as a physician from the Penny George Institute.
Okay.
And we will be offering tours and some demonstrations and some light refreshments, and people are just so welcome to come and find out what it's all about.
Okay, terrific. Well, we have run out of time, but thank you so very much for this quick look at the Penny George Institute for Health and Healing. And if someone is interested more, can't make the open house, what number should they call, Linda, to find out more information?
Yeah, 977-2828. We'll get them right into it.
All right,
Penny
okay.
George.
Ladies, thank you so very much. Callie, enjoy your relaxing acupuncture treatment here. And thank you so much for being on the Owatonna Today Show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What would you do if you or your family had to go to bed hungry every night because you did not have enough food to feed your children or yourself? This is Stormy Traum from the Steele County Food Shelf reminding you that March is Food Share Month. So far this year, we have provided food to over 500 Steele County residents, and the need continues to grow. Please help us keep our shelves stocked with nutritious food by donating money or non-perishable food items to the Steele County Food Shelf. Our goal is to raise $100,000 this March. No one in Steele County should have to go to bed hungry. Thank you for your generous support of the Steele County Food Shelf.
Hello, my name is Katie Marshall. A year ago, my family and I became homeless. We were scared and alone. Today, with the help of Steele County Transitional Housing and generous donors like you, my family and I are safely housed. I am working, going to college, paying my rent on time. My children have a warm bed to sleep in every night. My family and I are so grateful for this second chance. Please help others in need by donating to transitional housing today. Everyone deserves a safe place to live.
Well, we've got some announcements that we want to bring forward on some of the community events that are happening. In celebration of the National Youth Art Month, the Owatonna Arts Center will be hosting an exhibition of K through 12 students' work from the Owatonna Public Schools. The dates of this exhibition are March 1st through 29th. So check with the Arts Center to see when you might be able to get there. We have movie night. Join your similarly minded neighbors. In addition to feeding the hungry, a goal of the Steele County Food Shelf is to work together to find ways to improve the conditions that force people to use a food shelf. To help increase the community's understanding of this goal, Food and Hunger Film Fest will be held Tuesdays during the month of March from 7 o'clock in the evening till 8:30 at the Owatonna Public Library's Gainey Room. Okay, well, good to be with you today. For our next segment, we're going to be having Andrea Van Gelder, who will be talking about the U.S. Army Field Band and Soldiers Chorus. And we'll also be having with us Michelle Redman, who will be talking about Evening for Kids' Sake. I want to thank again our guest today, who was Renae Bloome, talking about Brite Smiles. And as always, we look forward to having you back for our next show.